Bonding with your dog is so important, not only because it's more fun to have a best friend in a dog, but also because the more bonded you are to your dog and you feel bonded with one another, the easier training becomes and the more likely it becomes that your dog will listen to you. The good news is there's 3 super easy ways that you can integrate into your daily life to bond with your dog. Mochi's tails. The first thing you can do is hand feeding, which is exactly what it sounds like, feeding your dog each and every bite of their food directly from your hand. If your dog eats kibble, this is obviously really easy, but if your dog eats raw like Mochi does, you can also invest in some plastic gloves to feed your dog by hand. Hand feeding is really easy because it literally takes 1 or 2 minutes of your time, but it does so much for your relationship with your dog. When you hand feed, your dog sees you as like the ultimate direct source of their livelihood, aka their food. And he really sees you as someone trustworthy and loving and somebody that literally keeps them alive and gives them delicious food. On a side note, hand feeding has also been shown to prevent or address resource guarding problems. And the best thing about hand feeding is that you don't even have to do it every single meal, every single day, if you don't want to. With Mochi, I do it like 4 times a week during lunch, and it's just a really easy thing you can do that has great benefits in return. The second thing you can do to bond with your dog is to actively play. I say actively because a lot of us, including myself, tend to find ourselves playing with our dog while we're scrolling through TikTok or watching TV. But take 5 minutes once a day or every other day, whatever, to only focus on your dog and play with them in whatever game that they enjoy, whether it be tug of war, fetch, or whatever. Your dog, even though it sounds kind of silly, can feel if your heart or mind isn't into the playing with them, and it becomes way less fun for them when you're absent-mindedly just like holding a toy as they tug on it. So actively play and engage with them. You not only make them super happy again, but you're also bonding with your dog each minute that you do so. Tug of war is especially a great activity because you're like connected physically. So if you could do that every day, if your dog enjoys, that's a great plus. The last thing you can do to bond with your dog is to explore new areas. As you probably know, dogs have an incredible sense of smell, so they absolutely love exploring new places with their sight, hearing, and especially their nose. When you take your dog somewhere that they've never been before and they've never smelled before, they get super happy and curious because there's just so many new smells. Your dog is 100% aware that you are there exploring with them as like their little exploration buddy, and that's obviously a huge plus for your relationship together. It's almost like you guys are working towards a common goal as like a little pack. So when you have time, take them on a cool hike or even just take a different turn on your daily walk, switch up the route, because this will do a lot for your relationship with your dog. Now that you have these 3 tips to bond with your dog on a daily basis, make sure to check out the video linked here on how to become your dog's favorite person.